So if you are studying last minute, you won't be able to go through everything. So what you should be doing is you should be focusing on the more important stuff. But let's say you don't know what to focus on, or you have a hard time trying to memorize everything, or getting to find out all of the formulas. I'm gonna try and help you on all of that because I won't be able to make videos on every single thing either, and I'm going to try my best to speed run everything by tonight. But that won't. But I'm only going to be studying for myself for this week because I have no time for recordings. It'll take way too long, and I need my sleep. Since I'm the person that does better when I have more sleep. So I'm gonna help in a few ways. Firstly, this is my Notion website. Not website lah, but I use Notion, which is like a notes app. And it acts like a database. So I made this physics section where I made two tables. One is the definitions of terms and laws table, and the other one is the important definitions of the terms and laws table. The important definition of terms and laws table includes some of the more important things that they might ask in the exam, like inertia, Newton's laws of motion, Kepler's laws, gas laws, and so on. But you can you can look at both. I'm going to attach the link to this physics thing in the description, just so you can you have an easier time finding out which one to memorize and which one not to memorize, which one to focus on, and so on. I'm also gonna attach a formula sheet for chemistry, biology, and physics. It includes everything that I can find in the book. Like for biology, I attach the energy value of food, percentage of vitamin C, and also the quadrant sampling technique stuff, as well as the capture mark release capture technique population size. So this for biology. For chemistry, there's a lot more, like molarity, relative atomic mass. But people will more use like pH value more, empirical formula determination, and so on. For physics, there's a lot of stuff, and that's the main reason why I made this, because I wanted to do simplify the physics formulas into just one document where I can just look at everything from Form 4 to Form 5. So some of the ones that you might need to focus on will be Newton's universal law of gravitation, force, impulsive force, centripetal force, Kepler's laws, gas laws, wave speed, especially the one in interference of waves. They always ask about interference of waves. Refractive index might come out, resultant force might come out, pressure might come out. Let me see what else. There's also the circuits. They won't talk about resistivity much. Transformer stuff, Einstein's equation, and also finding half-life. I tried to get as much as possible. These are all formulas, and I'm not actually writing down the explanations. There are a few things that you need to understand, like how they work. Like for example, motors in electronics, induced current, Lenz's law. Oh yeah, I put Lenz's law in the definition stuff. I didn't write the explanation for certain things. I didn't write how the motors work. I didn't write how the telescope works, how the lenses work. So that's all up to you to go and look at it yourself. I can't help on that one because I'm not that good on those stuff either. I'm going to be revising them tonight. So now let's get to the tips that I have received, or for physics. I was told that from my teacher that there will be a lot of Kepler's laws. There will also be a lot of not a lot of lah, but there'll be gas laws. He even mentioned about the lens. I think lens will come out in section B, lens and mirrors. In the section B or section C. Section C might come out mostly about resistance. The normal questions that come out about section C will either be asking you about heating elements, like asking you what's the best power source to choose, what's the best cooker, what's the best this and that. They might ask about nuclear reactors. They'll ask what is the most suitable material for nuclear reactors, what is the adaptations, and so on. They might also ask about one thing that I did was what was it again? Oh, circuits. They might ask about what is the most suitable transistor, what is the most suitable transformer, and so on. And for section B, it will come up either a table or some question about, I think the forecast paper that I did, it talked about Ohm's law. Actually no, wait, that was a question before it. But either way, notice how I mentioned tables. If you have not been paying attention to physics, when they ask you like these 10 marks questions, these so-called essay questions, they aren't actually essay questions. They're more like 10 table questions where they ask you to set up the characteristics and choose which one to choose which of the 4 things is the most suitable and so on. If you don't ask you to choose what's the most suitable, then just write 5 characteristics and then 5 reasons why you choose a characteristic. That's for physics. For chemistry, I really don't have much to say other than qualitative analysis, or basically the whole chapter 6 is going to be the most important chapter in the whole thing. Qualitative analysis, molarity, neutralization, reactions, ions, pH value, all of those are like very popular in SPM. For biology, there is really nothing I can say. I mean, there is one thing I can say. They love talking about cells. So cell components, cell membrane, like how does the what's it called again? Phospholipid bilayer work? How about the red blood cells or white blood cells? Or even your system, like how does the urinary system work? How does the endocrine system work? What enzymes digest what stuff? What are the nutrients that you need? What goes on in mitosis and meiosis? How does mutation work? I say go for those, but teacher mentioned reverse osmosis for some reason, so just take note of that. Anyways, that's all I can say. I really don't have anything else to do. I mean to tell, because I myself am also clueless. I'm not targeting high marks for this. I'm targeting my own improvement lah. So don't expect yourself to. I mean, don't just not study because you know you're gonna fail. The motto I have right now is I just don't want to fail as bad, or I'm probably not gonna fail, but I just want to get a good mark. I can't get like 90 plus lah. That's too much for me. Yeah, I just want you guys to have that mindset as well. Even though you know you're screwed for this exam because you're not prepared, at least try and prepare as much as possible before you end up going for it. Think of it as your SPM preparation. Think of it as SPM. Physics, biology, and chemistry are all almost fully SPM format. So think of it as your SPM mock. And one more thing I can say. Oh wait, I forgot to mention. When it comes to physics, you have to be careful about the units. Apparently in the exam there will be a lot of calculations. So when it comes to calculations, I just want to mention that be careful of the units. For example, if they give you like kilometers, but your final unit is in joule per meter square, notice how it's in joule per meter square and they give you kilometers. You need to convert your kilometers into meters first. That's why I made this physics table. I put all of the conversion units here: giga, mega, kilo, centi, deci, milli, micro, nano, and pico. These are the most common stuff that they use in exam. So remember your conversion units. Just yeah. When you do these questions, you must always use your conversion units. Like always. Be careful of what you use. The only time you don't have to use it, actually no, I won't mention about the only time you don't have to use it. Just keep using it. And also remember that if it's squared, you have to square the number, like 10 minus 2 becomes 10 minus 4 and so on. But that doesn't really appear that often, other than maybe molarity. But then that's already like given for you. You use the formula MV over 1000 and you can already get it. But